What's going on, Browns fans? Welcome back to the Cleveland Pulse YouTube channel. I am your host, Justin Harold, and with me, as always, my co-host, Jeff Santa. Today, we are bringing you the Browns preview for Week 11 against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Huge week this week. Obviously, lots to talk about with news coming out early this week. We'll get to that as soon as possible, but the game rolls on, Jeff. And you know what that means. We have to talk. We have to get into it. But first, how are you doing?
Justin, good afternoon, good evening, good early night. Good early night, as some would say. You know, we're recording this Thursday. We got plenty of time before this game. You guys out there who are following, have been following, might be wondering, guys, the Browns are 6-3. Why do you have the must-win shades on? And I'm not even going to lie. This was not choreographed at all. Justin put his on. I put mine on. We're going to throw the blooper in. Probably right here, actually. Hilarious.
All right. 3, 2, 1. What? I knew something was going on. I was just like...
Put yours on. Come on.
All right.
Fuck. It's so much easier when we're live because I get the countdown and everything. Fuck.
Oh, yeah.
However, it is a must-win for me and for Justin because this is the catalyst for the rest of your season. Okay, let's just add to the list. We know there's no Nick Chubb. We know there's no Jack Conklin. We're down to second and third string offensive pieces all around. And just when you think that this franchise is positioned in the best possible manner it's been since the return since 1999, your franchise quarterback has some, phantom injury pop up on the MRI machine that phantom to us. Apparently we didn't know about it. Maybe he didn't know about it either. And you know what? He can't play with it. Okay, that's fine. It'll be real easy to throw in the towel. I'm not doing it. I don't want to do it. I don't want to hear about it. We're going to go into Cleveland Browns Stadium on Sunday. Pardon my French. And we're going to beat the Steelers. Personalized guarantee. I'm pulling predictions out early. We're going to beat them, and we're going to handle them. It's not going to be particularly close.
Oh, yeah, Jeff. No, I mean, you can't chalk it up to anything else other than being a Cleveland Browns season. Just when you think things are going in the right direction, once
Absolutely.
You have possibly one of the greatest regular season, any part of the season win since the return in 99, and your quarterback goes down with a completely different injury than he's had the entire time he's been in this season. And now we're talking about P.J. Walker, Dorian Thompson, ex-quarterback coming in on the practice squad. And this is where we're at 6-3. And you're telling me we still got a chance.
Absolutely.
We got the Bengals playing the Ravens tonight. We'll see what that ends up being. But with a chance to tie for first, I'm hoping the Bengals pull a little bit of magic off, beat the Ravens. But that doesn't mean we still have to go out and take care of business. So, Jeff, we could talk one of two things, and I'll let you choose. Obviously, there's the game, and obviously there's the quarterback position. Which one do you really want to get into first? Because obviously we got to talk about both. We got to talk about what the options are at quarterback, but we got to talk about the logistics of this game. Which one do you want to start with?
Okay, so let's do this I'm going to keep it short with the quarterback position because I don't really think it really matters a whole lot to talk about it because who really knows what we're going to get on the field as far as the product. But let me go pros and cons of the situation. My overall pro is that they did not dilly-dally around with waiting forever to figure out who was going to be the starter. Name DTR early. It don't matter. It really does not matter to me. It should matter to the fan base. We're going to be loud. We're going to be inside Cleveland Browns Stadium, and we're going to be supporting whoever is under center. So make the announcement early. They go with DTR. Fine. That's my pro. You announce it early. Make sure he gets all the first team reps. The understanding is the understanding. Here's my con. And people aren't going to like this, but Mike Tomlin has a 25-5 career record facing rookie starting quarterbacks. So, I think people were a little bit hot and upset that, at Paul's Cleveland on, X was quote tweeting things saying, this seems like a clear-cut PJ Walker game. Everybody, I'm not saying PJ Walker is some elite superstar, quarterback gunslinger. He's obviously not. He's obviously not very good. And that's no fault to his own, This is just who he's been as a quarterback. But who's going to get fooled by the Mike Tomlin scheme defensively more? Maybe it's 50-50. Maybe it's 50-50. I don't know. But if DTR goes out and wins this game competently, actually propels us to victory and we don't win in spite of him, it'll be very promising. It'll be very, very good confidence boost for him moving forward. And that's why the must-win shades are on once again. If DTR comes out 1 or 2 touchdowns, no turnovers, 243 yards, we're rolling.
We're rolling, Jeff. And it's not crazy to, say, hey, starting the rookie for the second time ever. And again, the second toughest game of his career, if not the toughest game of his career. He gets time to prepare for this one. He gets the playbook. He gets the reps. And I think that gives him a little bit more of a chance this time around. But the 2 games he's going to play this season, division rivals, teams that are, if you win those games, you're ahead of them, or if you lose, everyone's on your ass about how you played and performed. Those are not easy teams to go up against, especially like Jeff said, as a rookie. These coaches know how to game plan against them. They can change their entire game plan just because of that. And so, Jeff, I don't think you were invalid in what you were saying. I just think that there's one of 2 things that's going to happen here. If DTR comes out and plays well, and like Jeff says, we don't have to win in spite of him, then they might not go out and search for a quarterback that is going to be costly or, have to really give the reins to. But if he comes out, he plays poor, we know what the ceiling is with both Walker, with both DTR, and it's not very good. It's not playoff caliber, and then you have to go out and get someone. Obviously, there's a lot of people to talk about. I mentioned a few for myself, but Jeff, I know you floated some names out there. Tom Brady, probably not happening. That would easily be Jeff and I's favorite. I don't think we have to argue on that.
Apparently, Phillip Rivers can't even get out of bed, according to people over on X. But
yeah, I don't know about that one. Phillip's been out of the game for a while. Haven't heard from him. He's probably had a couple more kids by the time we've ended this talk.
I've forgotten. Maybe we just haven't had to follow it very often. But does Barry have some big brain play where he's calling agents and is like, hey, try to get the team that this quarterback is playing for to cut you?
I wish, but like, what teams right now are there? I mean, Titans.
I'm seeing Tannehill. Yep.
Tannehill would be one. I would wish that the Lions would drop Teddy Bridgewater, but that's not going to happen. That's a guy that Kevin had in Minnesota for a period of time who could very, very well game manage.
That's kind of a good shout.
Yeah, well, that was a guy that I wanted when we were drafting way back when. Not going to talk about that, but there's a lot that's going to go on at that quarterback position, but a lot of it is dependent on the game Sunday. That's why the must-win shades are on. Jeff, let's transition over into the important stuff. First, injury report. Got some very good news coming out of Brown's side. Ward and DeWante Jones will play in the game this week.
Cool.
Obviously, huge news getting our tackle back means Hudson will probably slide back over to the right tackle's position, and DeWante will make his debut at left tackle, I think, Jeff, unless they swap it around so that the rookie doesn't have to do it. But
I think I'd rather have DeWan on TJ Watt if that's a possibility, because Hudson has not had a good track record in the past, if I do remember correctly.
Yeah, I do remember Hudson not having a great track record. It might not matter if TJ just walks or moves around, but I do love getting at least one of them back, getting someone who's competent at the very least at pass blocking. So whoever's back there at quarterback has a little bit more time. Jeff, what is the game plan going to look like on the offensive side of this? You go out without Deshaun. You know that the team is probably going to have a limited playbook. How are they going to scheme against a Mike Tomlin-led defense?
So this is difficult, and this is where Stefanski gets thrown under the bus, and it's no one's fault really besides the media's, because it's just how it works. Because you just expect him to win at this point because you are 6-3. He's been coach of the year. You have standards for this guy. Not very common for head coaching position at the Cleveland Browns organization. But you're at a point, and I've told Steelers fans this, tapped in with a couple of them. You're at a point where we're playing with house money.
Oh, yeah.
Now, you might be wondering, what does that mean? Okay, no one is expecting you to win this game, even though you're at home. As far as national media, I think the loyal Browns fans know that we could get the job done here, and we could get the job done here in good fashion. However, playing with house money means low expectations, let's overperform, is not the same as like nothing to lose. We definitely have a lot to lose, but we're playing with house money. I think the Steelers are going to underestimate us a little bit if Tomlin doesn't have them coached up. And here's my thing. Stefanski, like, the craziest way this is going to sound, just keep the game plan, just keep the offensive game plan the exact same that you played against Baltimore. DTR does not, I don't need the cross field laterals into a pass down field. I don't need, I didn't see any stupid jet sweeps last week. I saw running the ball. I saw pushing the ball downfield in a strategic manner. Just throw the ball to Amari Cooper when you feel like he has a mismatch, hope for a completion, hope for a pass interference, get the ball to David Njoku in space, and really, really, really just keep it simple. I think you're shuffling all three running backs in this week. You're getting some Strong, you're getting some Hunt. You hope that they carry us in the red zone and closer, 10-yard line and closer, 5-yard line and closer. You really don't want to have a condensed field with DTR trying to sling the ball around with some of their safeties. And yeah, I mean, don't hang your defense out to dry is going to be my motto. Don't turn the ball over and give, Pittsburgh 18 yards to the end zone. Don't fumble the ball and give them a short field. Keep their defense on the field and keep your defense off the field. I do not see how we lose the ball game if you do that. I do not see how you lose the ball game if you have less turnovers than them. Simple facts.
Jeff, a quick reminder. We lost to the Steelers 22-26 earlier on in the season. Let me just read you off some stats from this game. The Browns won in every category in terms of total yards, passing yards, rushing yards, and yards per play. And then you get down to it. How many first downs did the Browns have? 20. How many did the Steelers have? 9. Total plays, 81 to 53. Here's the kicker, though. Fumbles lost. Browns 3, Steelers 1. Interceptions thrown. Browns 1, Steelers 1. Like Jeff said, obviously, if you don't leave the defense out to dry, we can very much win this game. And again, if you go back and watch that game, you lose Nick Chubb, and Jerome Ford still comes out and rushes for 100 yards. You have 150-plus yards rushing. There's a lot to go back and look at and just be like, hey, if we had cleaned this game up, we would have trounced them. And again, let's remind you,
if you don't
George Pickens
6 again.
George Pickens ran free on a 75-yard touchdown.
Only broken play all year. Of course.
It's very much a game that you go back and look and you say, wow, the Browns should have won this game by a country mile. Of course. And guess what? We're going to come back
on the road. We're going
to have a much better team at home with a whole lot of, like what Jeff was saying, low expectations for the quarterback position. But guess what? That doesn't change what the defense has been, elite. What the rest of the offense has been, elite. And guys just giving it their all. Coaches just coaching their asses off. And that's what it's going to be on Sunday. That's what it's going to be. That's what we have to see. And again, you go from 6-3 to 7-3, and the Bengals win tonight, and you're tied for first in the division. Guess what? The Browns have one of the easiest schedules remaining.
We would be in first, actually, but yes.
Oh, we would be in first because of the tiebreaker now.
Because everyone would have 4 losses except for us.
Divisional wins, though, matter. But I don't.
But losses are first. Losses are first. We would have 3 losses. Baltimore, Pittsburgh, and Cincinnati would all 4.
Oh, you're right. Oh, you're right. Yes.
So you're a Bengals fan today. Hopefully they win.
This
video is probably going to go up mid-game. Hopefully they're winning. I'm going to try to stay up and watch that game. But you know what? There's a lot to be sour about this season, whether it's bad luck, whether it's this and whether it's that. But Justin, you bring up the most valid point of the whole situation. You're 6-3. You yourself have been physically beaten 1 week. The Baltimore Ravens humiliated you the first time we seen them this year, and that was with DTR. Let's wash that off. The Pittsburgh game, you don't have the first play, pick 6. You don't have the George Pickens broken play. Win. You don't have BS, and you can't, do whatever you want to do against Seattle. The helmet special, and defense can't get off the field, whatever. Not necessarily their fault. That's 2 games right there. One team has come out onto the field and definitively played better than you for 4 quarters, and we are going into game 10.
And we just beat them.
And we just beat them. And we've had people out. We've had people in. We've had this being shuffled around. We've had a whole bunch of uncertainty, controversy, injuries.
Yeah.
We've had the national media. I wake up and I love the national media.
I love when they doubt it.
I love when, this is the worst thing ever, and this is the blah, 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 and the worst contract, and the $230 million, and oh my gosh, Nick Chubb is making so much money, and Amari Cooper's $20 million, and Myles Garrett never gets home on the big plays, and then we're 7-3. And what are you gonna say? You better not say shit to me if we're 7-3. I don't care how much Deshaun Watson made this week. If we're 7-3 at top of the division, don't chat to me.
Oh boy, Jeff all fired up. Well, he gave you guys his prediction early. He gave us a win in the column. But Jeff, what is the score of that win for you?
27-17, 10 point, not even we win going away. We win going away.
I got it 30-17. It's going to be interesting. I think that the running backs, for some reason, I feel like some type of way about our running backs, especially with Kareem.
They're coming along.
They're coming along, and now Kevin's got them really in a groove with how they're split, how they're getting their reps and everything. But I'm going to say both Ford, Kareem have at least 1 touchdown, and one of them has a receiving touchdown to go along with it. But I just think DTR is going to play a super clean game. I think they're really going to, keep the game up for grabs for him, but not really put him in positions that, when he came into Baltimore, once he got shell-shocked once, he was out of it. He'll have the playbook. He'll have the rest of the field. I'm going 30-17. Browns win, move to 7-3, first in the division, and we roll, Jeff. We just roll from this point.
And Justin, will you be there?
Oh, baby, there's nothing that could keep me away from this game. One of the biggest. I mean, listen, I've been to a couple of big Browns versus Steelers games in my life. One was to get into the playoffs. This one feels just like that, honestly. We come out, again, first place in the division. Jeff knows that I've been bitching about Kevin and not being at the top of the division, at least top half of the division for the 4 years he's been here. And now he's going to do it in a season with the most turmoil he's ever experienced.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can't write it any better than the football gods have. And I mean, it's a hell of a script. But if Kevin can get us to the playoffs with what we have right now and what he's been dealing with, God dang it, he's going to need a contract extension in the near future. I'm sure Jeff will have that one written up for him. And
love that.
Have the details and all that. But we're not quite there yet. We're not quite to Sunday. But we're going to have this one out for you guys before then. So hit us in the comments. What are you guys looking for in this game, huh? Who do you think is going to go off? Maybe Amari has a 2-touchdown game. I think that could be very interesting. Elijah Moore, maybe he comes alive a little bit more. He got his first touchdown last week. Or running backs. But outside of that,
defensive touchdowns.
Another one. Maybe Denzel Ward, hopefully. Mm-hmm. But that all being said, make sure you guys are liking, subscribing, hitting the bell notification. We do have Cavs content coming out as well. But all that being said, we'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.